off this ride. Putting up some cover. One drive in position. Giving my shields a reach. Firing. Got a cap. I'm down. Where is the dying right. That was the last one. This one's free. Remember that.
And what's up, channel? It's your boy TheeConciseKing here. Welcome back, y'all, to yet another Apex Legends video. Some more Season 7 content for your needs. I first off want to say happy holidays, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the new Season 7. Hope you guys are enjoying the new LTM event. And I want to thank y'all for popping in on the live streams lately, y'all. The Holiday Bash event, been having so much fun playing with y'all. Finally reached 100 subscribers, guys. Sitting at 108 right now, y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support, man. Enjoying the journey as usual. And so with that being said, for today's video, I had to bring it to you guys. Today's video, we're going to be covering why Rampart is not a go-to legend. Yes, guys, you heard it right. I'm not over-exaggerating. More specifically, we're going to be diving into potential buffs that we would like to see. Some that have been confirmed already, some that are not yet on the horizon. No pun intended for the new legend herself, Season 7. But we are going to be diving into what actually could be added to Rampart to make her a more wielded, masterful gunsmith of a legend that she is. Let's get it. First off, let's start with the cons of Rampart, guys. Now, it should scream and say something to you. It should speak volumes, guys. Anytime a legend such as Rampart herself goes from being an A-tier legend from the launch of their season to expeditiously, even midway through the season, going to be one of the lowest ranked legends all the way up to thus far Season 7, guys, Ascension. And there's just a handful of reasons why. And dang it, let's just go ahead and start with her passive ability, guys, which is called Modded Loader, extended magazine capacity, as well as an increased reload time on LMGs only, and there lies the freaking problem. Now, with Rampart having such a low pick rate, it's become really apparent that this passive is a huge underlying factor for why many players are not gravitating towards Rampart. Now, of course, Respawn may have been creating this passive with great ideas in mind of, you know, getting the players and the LMG interactions back up to a nice level, but in doing that, it might have actually done more harm in trying to compel players to play Rampart than good. And I get it, Respawn, LMGs are not to be messed with. They help you accumulate and sustain a lot of damage, but all of that really only matters if players can actually hit their shots. LMGs already have a super high recoil rate. On top of that, from season to season, they've been fluctuating from a B tier to a D tier. On top of that, we have had a few buffs along the way on a few of our LMGs that didn't really quite do the job. And so from the player community perspective, we just have to say, with an exception of the Devo or the Spitfire, LMGs are not the easiest and the most compelling guns to use. And hopefully we don't have to wait on that passive buff much longer. But guys, check out this suggestion from an Apex Redditor on what a potential buff, a great idea of what a potential buff on her passive would look like. Rampart passive rework, it says ammunition belt number 1. I like this. Rampart can stack 50% more bullets per slot, making her able to carry more ammo while using less inventory space. I dig that, I dig that. Or we have the option of Modded Loader Plus. Okay, Modded Loader Plus, I like the name already. All weapons Rampart picks up already have their hop-up equipped, just like gold weapons. They cannot be removed and disappear when dropped on the ground. Now, I think both of these passive ideas are just that, great ideas, to be honest, and I would like to see either one of these come into play / fruition. Now, I think with the ammunition belt, it pushes her more into Gibby territory, which makes her a bit more harder to take down. Of course, she's not as bulky as Gibby, but once she gets rolling, it's going to be really hard to stop her. As far as the Modded Loader Plus, a great idea of a reframe, a rework actually for the passive, so much so better. I'll enjoy that better because I love an RE45. That's just me. I love a lot of guns that a lot of players don't gravitate to, that being the Wee Man. It doesn't really matter if I get that skull piercer or if I get the quick draw hop up. It doesn't matter if I get the quick draw hop up as well on the RE45. I'm all for the hop up already on and supplied on the gun. Alright, so let's move on over to her tactical, which we know it should serve as a huge no-brainer. This tactical could have used some work from the day she has launched and has been worked on just a bit and reworked and patched on. And adding on to that, one of the many reasons her popularity did die down actually had to do with the long overdue rework of her tacticals, that being her amped covers. Now, since the start of Season 6, her amped covers, her tactical has been the topic of discussion, guys, following the huge outcry of her tacticals just never seeing the time of day. They're being shot out too early, they're taking way too long to actually deploy and set up, and on top of that, they're just not strong enough. But now, fast forward to Season 7, we've seen a lot of changes and a lot more in other legends that have been more essential. So, of course, taking away that popularity from Rampart herself. But with her shields, her tactical, her amped covers, we've seen a reduced time on the deploy of them in general, guys. Jumping from about 4 seconds to just 3 seconds. 3 seconds is all it takes to set up her amped cover, which does make all the difference. Now, I have been maining the hell out of Rampart lately, guys, especially with this LTM event. It's been so much more fun and challenging, and the 3 seconds has definitely been paying off. However, Apex Legends creators understand that the reworking of Rampart does not stop there, so we got the reduced time on deploying the actual shield itself. I think now what players are crying and what we are looking for now, not even crying, is just a much more reduced cooldown time on when we can actually use the amp covers, which are sitting right now at just 30 seconds per use of an amped cover. And the Apex senior game designer Daniel Klein, of course, took to Reddit to say that yes, this update will be coming in the next available update. Sorry, this buff will be coming in the next available update. He goes on to say he was so hesitant to work on the HP of the shield, of course, which is the health points. If you guys did not know, the base of her amped cover has an HP of about 400, which is the strongest part of that shield. That's why you see it standing last all the time, while the top portion, the amped part of it, is just 175, which can easily be shot out. He said he was hesitant to work on this because then this opens up a world of discrepancies and some kind of rules to how Mirage's clone and their HP will continue to be configured and how that will continue to work if maybe the HP it's changed on Rampart. All in all, he definitely double down confirmed that this buff on the cooldown time of her amped covers will be the last update that we see for Rampart, all the way at least up until Season 8, which brings me into the ultimate ability of Sheila and what Sheila could use, what Sheila could be worked on. Now, with the buff that we've seen for Sheila, that being the reduced spin up speed, which is basically 1.25 seconds now from 2 seconds from when you can actually start firing off on Sheila, and the setup time basically, that's still not safe enough to say that's all that needs to be done with Sheila. Heck no, that's not even the time, that's not even the reasons I die half the time when I'm using Sheila. Now guys, you know I love my defensive legends and my instructional guides with them, guys, and so to play with them is to always lead with intuition. You have to set up where you think the next engagement is going to come from. They are set up shop kind of legends, so you have to use a lot of guesstimation, guys, and if you're not careful, that will cause you and your team to game. But more specifically, when using Sheila, if you're not careful setting her up, you will allow yourself to be blind to that point of view, to that open field that you would need to fire off with Sheila. With that being said, yes guys, I'm trying to get at that rotational angle, guys, the discrepancy of the rotational angle, which Daniel also does clarify here. Of course, that is something that he would like to work on. It was actually something he wanted to work on first, but after actually diving into it and seeing that it actually is more complex than he thought, the animation work of it, the reworking of it, not that it won't come, he's just expecting it with a lot of workload on his other animators' desks. He's expecting it to come no later than maybe the launch of Season 8, but definitely not the rest of Season 7, sadly so. That rotational angle on Sheila could be opened up so much more. They've already fixed a little bit of the fire rate, the damage that it does. Now they just have to fix the widening of this turret, and I'm so glad they're finally hopping on that, because that's how I die, ladies and gentlemen. And until then, guys, that's all I have on today's video. I thank y'all for tapping into why Rampart is not a go-to legend. Shoot, if you want to call it, why Rampart is not a top tier legend, at least anymore, guys. Hopefully after today's video you guys find it just a bit easier to adjust your game style to Rampart and test out your patience just a little bit more. Let the game come to you, guys, until we see some of those potential buffs in the future. But until then, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share, and or watch any of my instructional Apex Legends guides so that we can better understand how to wield these legends. Until then, it is TheeConciseKing. I will see you guys at the next live stream, in the next Apex Legends video, and of course, always in the Apex Legends arena. Peace.